How's everyone doing today? Good? All right, I'm going to do a really easy soup. It's perfect for summertime. It's called chilled melon soup. We put a little twist on the restaurant. We put some crab meat into it, nice fresh Jonah crab meat. It can be done without it. So it can be vegetarian totally if you really want to go that way. It can be done with lobster as well. So again, from Bistro du Midi in Boston, we just opened up about 10 months ago, last November. And if you haven't been in yet, make sure you get a chance to come in. So real simple. Just take cantaloupe. Take the seeds out. Again, this can be made up a couple days in advance if you want. You don't have to do it like that same day. Put it in your fridge for a day or two. Wouldn't go any more than that because it could spoil. This fruit could go sour. Of course, you would want to use it as best in season as possible. You may need a strong blender though. This I have here it's used in restaurants, so it's very powerful. That's about it. Some fresh grapes as well. You could use honeydew. Some people, aren't a big fan of honeydew. Sometimes I put it in, sometimes I don't. I don't have a bottle opener. So sometimes you may need to add some water, depending on the ripeness of the fruit. If it's too ripe, it'll be really thick, so you may need a little water. Right here is a little bit of sherry vinegar for a little acidity. I have some verjus, which comes from the second pressing of the grapes from wine. If you don't have verjus, you can just add a little more vinegar. This adds a little more acidity, but it goes with the grapes pretty well. So just a little bit. It's very acidic. It comes from France. A touch of olive oil. A little bit of salt. A little bit of fresh pepper. And that's it. Just puree it. Now again, if you don't have that strong of a blender, you can put it through a colander or something else to get some of the pulp out. But because this is such a strong blender, I just puree it, and that's it. And the soup's good to go. And now the soup's done. Always got to taste it, check the seasoning. Maybe it needs more salt, more pepper, more vinegar. Yep, a little more vinegar. A little more salt. And a touch more pepper. Back in the blender. And now you have the base of the soup. Now instead of just having, you can just have that if you just want to just liquid like that, or what you could do is, what we do in the restaurant, we dice up some cantaloupe. We slice some grapes. So now we have all the elements that are already in the soup. So now you have some body, some structure, and some garnish for the soup. Some baby fennel. Slice up some baby fennel for more of a texture, so it's not just all soft. A little bit of chives, onions, and like I said, we use a little bit of crab meat, some fresh Jonah crab meat, which is nice and local. It's very, very, very flavorful. Again, you can use lobster, or you can do, if you want no protein, you can do just vegetables, which is fine, or fruit. So now we'll take the crab meat again. We'll add some of the cantaloupe. Some grapes. Some of the fennel. Got to season this as well. Some pepper. I use this one spice from France called espelette. It's kind of hard to find here. You can find it at some, maybe Whole Foods sometimes carries it. It's a very, very rare pepper from France that is only breeded once a year. So in the restaurant we use it, but sometimes it's hard for people to find. Again, a little olive oil with the crab, sherry vinegar. Again, if you just have the soup and no vinegar and no acid, it's just gonna taste just like you're eating pureed watermelon or pureed cantaloupe. Mix it all up. Little chives for some color and a little bit of onion flavor. Again, you want to taste it just to make sure seasoning's right, everything's right. A little more vinegar, a little olive oil, some salt, some pepper. So now you have your pureed soup ready to go. You have all your garnish, and if you're ready, you have a lot. In case you're doing a big crowd, you bring extra. This way I don't get a puree soup for 100 people right here. So now we're just going to take all the garnish, put right on the bottom of the bowl. A little bit of baby fennel too for a little bit of texture. And we'll take our soup, we put it right on top. And you can even add a little bit of olive oil on top for a little garnish. A little bit of espelette. And that's it. There you go.